Okay, welcome everybody to the Thursday night Texacoin call. And tonight, guys, the purpose of this call is for everybody on this to learn about what is Texacoin. And tonight, we have a special guest speaker that is going to share this project with you so that you guys can clearly understand everything that we have. His name is Byron Hamilton. And a little bit about Byron. He is one of our leaders. He is one of our rangers that have excelled through our group here, and he's going to share his portion and what he does for sharing what our mission and our project is. And for everybody out there that's listening, just so you know what a ranger is, a Texas Ranger in our organization is our leadership. And these are guys and gals that have proven themselves that they're doing more than just sharing the word about what Texacoin is, but they live and breathe it. They have, experienced what our project and what our community is all about, and that has impacted their lives. And now they help others with education and making this whole weird cryptocurrency thing very easy to understand, and so that people aren't scared with joining our community, but embracing and letting everybody know that kind of cryptocurrency is the way of the future. And this is what's going to happen whether you want to be a part of it or not. So this is a great way to be a part of a great community project that is in Texas. And Byron is one of our leaders and great speakers. So I'm proud to turn this over to you, Byron. Thank you again for
Thank you,
giving your
Tim.
time this evening to share what our mission and what our project is all about.
Great. Well, thanks, Tim. It's good to be with you guys. I'm excited about this opportunity that we have and the opportunity to share this with you tonight. My wife and I have been with Texacoin, well, just on 9, 10 months right now. We joined December the 18th of last year. So it's just been 8 to 9 months under our belt, going on to 10 months now. So we're excited about this opportunity. I want to share a little bit about our journey. I know there's probably a lot of here tonight for the first time that you've been invited to this webinar so you can get a first understanding of what TexitCoin is all about. So let's dive in. We're probably going to be here an hour, so take copious notes. I'm not sure we'll have time for a Q&A at the end, but if you've been invited onto this webinar by someone else, then certainly direct your questions back to them. And I'll give you my email address at the end. If you have nobody looking after you, then you can certainly contact me and I'll be able to answer your questions and help you navigate this maze. So we are probably at the best time in history to get involved in cryptocurrency. Why is that? Because up until this point in time, cryptocurrency has been basically operated by the underworld. You know, cryptocurrency was the means of exchange if you were doing drug trafficking or dealing in arms or sex trafficking or whatever the underworld may be doing. Cryptocurrency was the means of being able to exchange value, and because it's off the grid, it doesn't go through a banking system, there's no record of those things. And so it was ideal for the black world, the undermarket world. But what has happened here in the last 12 months is President Trump has really elevated cryptocurrency to make it mainstream. And so that's our time in history. This is very similar to moving from the horse and buggy to automobiles. And there were thousands of people, probably 90% of the population were not going to give up their horse and their buggy. They've had a horse for 4,000 years. You know, the horse took you into battle as well as picked up your grocery at the local store. And so that was, we all used horses back in those days. But we had to transition to the automobile. And then the automobile became the T-model Ford that was put on a conveyor belt. So thousands of people, the rank and file people, people like you and me could afford a vehicle, and away it went. And so probably by the 1930s, there was no horse and buggies left in New York City. Everybody was driving a vehicle. And nobody would ever thought that would happen because the horse has been with us for centuries and millennia. So we are in that same transition now from moving away from the dollars and cents all around the world to a digital currency. Now, you've all been involved in digital currency one way or another for the last 20 years. If you've been involved with PayPal, Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, if you've got your paycheck deposited automatically into your account, that's all ones and zeros. It's all digital currency. So don't be afraid of cryptocurrency. It's just basically one step removed back from digital currency that you've been involved with for 14 or 15 years or so. And it's only really a digital currency that's one step removed from the banking systems. So if you've got Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, et cetera, you've got to pull your money out of the bank and put it into one of these apps. Now, you can pay peer-to-peer. I get my hair cut once a month, and I just pull up Venmo and click on Denise's number there, hit $25, and ding, ding, her phone goes off and she gets my $25. So to ultimately pull that money out of Venmo, I've got to have it tied to the bank. So money on ramps from the bank into these digital currency apps, and then off ramps back into your bank again. Whereas cryptocurrency actually operates outside the banking system, where you can do peer-to-peer, you can move it around, you can put it in other places. You can also pull it off and put it into your bank account if you want to. So there are various exchanges out there that you can tie your bank accounts to that are regulated by the federal government agencies. And so because they are regulated by the US agencies, we can tie our bank accounts to them, like Coinbase, Kraken, Robinhood, and others. And then you can actually off-ramp your cryptocurrencies into your bank. So why is it an important time right now for you to be involved in cryptocurrency? Because this time last year, there were 3 major lawsuits against Binance, against Coinbase, and others from our federal government. The IRS, the Department of Treasury had major lawsuits against these crypto exchanges because they could not get personal information out of them. Well, that's the whole nature of cryptocurrency. You can't get personal information out because in cryptocurrency, you're not uploading your driver's license or your social security number. You know, when you move cryptocurrency from one person to another, it's just a string of numbers, letters and numbers, and that's all you've got. So it's transparent in the sense that you can see what's happening. You can see what's happening across the various networks and the transfer of cryptocurrency, but you don't see a name or a social security number attached to it. And that's why it was ideal in the underworld. Well, now it's become the upper world, and we can all benefit from that. So one of the things that President Trump did when he came to office just probably 6 months ago, he got rid of all these federal lawsuits that were against these cryptocurrency exchanges. And so now they can function as they ought to. And he sent the IRS or the Department of Treasury actually looking for nefarious activities on these exchanges, not normal activity like you and I are involved in. So my wife Lisa and I first started to get interested in cryptocurrency probably November to December timeframe of last year, because the first thing that President-elect Trump did, probably December the 5th, was elect the first crypto czar. That's never happened in the United States history before. So David Sachs was appointed as our White House crypto czar a month after President Trump was elected into office. He's not even in office. So by December the 6th, we had our first crypto czar. He was the COO of PayPal, David Sachs. And so in President Trump's first week in office, he signed, 100 different executive orders. And one of those orders was to basically enable and mandate that the federal agencies work together to make the United States the crypto capital of the world. We were not at that time. We're down probably 5th in line with the nations of the world in terms of their involvement with cryptocurrency. Asia probably mines about 60% of cryptocurrency. So we were Johnny come lately to the party, but President Trump has changed that. But not only did he mandate for all the government agencies to work together to make the United States a crypto capital of the world, but also he brought into legislation from that executive order that we would actually have a federal currency reserve of cryptocurrency. So right now, your federal government in the United States has $19 billion worth of cryptocurrency as a Federal Reserve currency. So they're betting on the growth and development and climbing of cryptocurrency in value, because what's happening to the US dollar is going in the opposite direction. So they're banking on that. So instead of looking at Fort Knox to see how much money we've got there, we're looking into the crypto world to see how much cryptocurrency we've got. So that happened in the first week of President Trump's office. And then by March the 7th, he had the first crypto summit at the White House. So David Sachs was in charge of that. And you can Google that all over the place and see the pictures of all these various executives who are involved, and COOs and CFOs that are involved in the crypto world were there at the summit, the very first summit of cryptocurrency in the United States history, right there in the White House. So it's become very, very serious. And just about 6 weeks ago, the House of Representatives passed legislation on the Genius Act, GENIUS. The Genius Act is basically taking President Trump's executive order from his first week in office related to cryptocurrency and bringing that into law. One of the elements of that Genius Act is to basically mandate that our banking system plays nicely in the sandpit with the rest of us that are in the crypto world and not be hostile towards us. So there are hundreds, thousands of different coins out there in the crypto world. But to get your value out of those various cryptocurrencies, you got to pull them out and be able to use them. So what happened was they are mandating that the banks provide oversight for USDC. That is a stable coin. So you can take all your various value of the various coins out there and you can turn it into USDC. So USDC is a stable coin. It's not volatile like Ethereum or XRP or Bitcoin, and that is matched 1-to-1 to the dollar. So if you got 300 or 3,000 USDC, you got 3,000 US dollars. It's USDC coin. It's a crypto coin. And so that's what we utilize there. And you can pull that off and use it. So the banks have to be custodians of the USDC. So it's getting all the activities of Main Street and uniting it together with the crypto world. So this is a favorable time for us to be involved in that. And so March 31 of this year, we're just talking a few months ago. We're not talking like ancient history here. This is very relevant, and you're at the right place at the right time. So March the 31st, Governor Abbott of Texas signed Senate Bill 21. And basically that was to do exactly the same thing that President Trump did with cryptocurrency nationwide. He did that with the state. Governor Abbott signed that into law, which was to make Texas the crypto capital of the union. He said, if President Trump can do that for the nation, I'm going to do that for our state. So this is a very, very friendly state to be involved in cryptocurrency. And also that Senate Bill 21 causes the government or the state agencies to work together to actually stockpile cryptocurrency as a state reserve currency. So they're all moving there, and it's exciting to be part of that. This is the time, and this is the way to go. So we learned about President Trump's first move with David Sachs appointing him as the first crypto czar back then in late November, early December. And so when we heard about TexitCoin, it got our interest. And so Lisa and I actually drove up to McKinney, Texas, and met with Bobby Gray, the founder of TexitCoin to make sure he was real and to poke him, prod him, and to find out what his philosophy was, where he's projecting this to go, what does he want to do it, what's his goal, what's his vision. So we were introduced to cryptocurrency. Back then, we didn't even know how to spell it, let alone understand it. And so we met with Bobby, heard his vision, very excited to hear about that, because what Bobby explained to us from his background and history of being with the crypto world for a decade or so, and also being involved in alternate currencies. And, you know, he's got a history of background of minting actually gold, silver, copper coins, real coins, and then moving from that to the digital world. And so Bobby explained that this Texacoin is 100% exclusively mined or created here in Texas. So it can be stabilized and looked after and not lost. One of the problems with Bitcoin and others that although they were started and managed, they got lost very quickly by other nationalities and multinational organizations that bought up multiple shares of these other cryptocurrencies, and we lost control of it. So Bobby said that the TexitCoin is going to be exclusively mined here in Texas. And so we looked at the mines that he had set up, churning away and producing digital coins. Also, Bobby shared with us that he wanted this crowdsourced. He wanted people like you and me involved in this, owning these mines or these computer nodes on this network, so that we could be the whole operation could be funded by people like you and me. They don't have millions and millions of dollars that we can invest, but we could invest $1,000 and get a computer node, has our name on it, that would be producing coins. And so we were excited to hear that. And then also the fact that nobody can buy more than 9 mines. It sort of maxes out in terms of the mines that you purchase. Why is that important? Well, because they're not going to go to Disney World and ask for millions of dollars investment, venture capitalists to get involved in this and buy up 51% shares of the network, and now they own it, and then they can take it sideways, and we lose our vision for where this is going. And ultimately, we want to see this as a real tangible currency to buy and sell and to be exchanged peer-to-peer. I got several friends now that are in Texacoin, and they open up their app and they want payment for whatever they're doing, whether they own a restaurant or they're selling loads of dirt or manure or whatever they're selling. And you can just open up your app and you can transfer certain numbers of coins to their wallet on their phone, and depending upon the price of those coins at that time, you can just buy it coin to coin. That my friend picks up the coins, and he's happy with that, because in several months from now, although the coin may be $5.35 now, it will be worth $10, $16 in the future. So they made bank just from selling what they would normally sell. And so that interchange is there, and that's available as well. So exclusively mined in Texas, no more than 9 mines can be purchased at a time, so that it's crowdsourced by you, people like you and me. You can get in and buy 1 mine for $995, or you can buy 9 mines. And those 9 mines will work for you. They'll produce the number of coins similar to what a 1 mine would do, but 9 times the amount of coins on a daily basis. And then also, Bobby shared with us that the maximum of 10% can be owned by overseas entities, individuals. So, you know, if you've got friends overseas, they can be involved in that. So there's 1 million computer nodes on the network, and all of the computer currencies or cryptocurrencies operate the same way. They operate on a network of multiple computer nodes joined together, networked together, and they are producing coins. Well, how do they produce these digital coins? Well, what happens is, and just very briefly, I'm not going to go into the extension of this because we've got a lot to cover in this 1 hour. But basically, high-level mathematical equations are fed into from the network, fed in, This is part of the algorithms that's set up at the beginning when the mine is set up. There's multiple things that are set up by the algorithms, the length or the longevity of that network, how long it's going to be functioned for, how many mines are in that network, how many coins will be produced on a daily basis and shared out. All those things are set from the beginning. So these 100 or 1 million mines are on the network, and we have the opportunity of buying a mine or several mines. So these mathematical equations are fed into that network. The computers or the computer nodes, what we call mines, are competing with each other to solve these mathematical equations. And so when one of those little computer nodes solves that mathematical equation, it gets a reward of digital coins on that network. It's like playing Nintendo, Donkey Kong. When they do certain activities and there's proof of work that's being done, then he hits that bag of coins and ding, 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 ding. He gets all those gold coins and can move to the next level or pick up some armor, get a sword and a shield and go and rescue that damsel in distress or get into the dungeon with the key. So those are digital coins that are being produced and given out to these mines or these computer nodes on the network. So if you own one of those nines, you get a share in those coins. Also, people that own those mines will take their digital coins out and they'll take them up to exchanges that are out there, coin exchanges like Dextrade, like Bitmart and others, and they will exchange those coins or sell them and get actually USDC from them, USDT, which is also a stable coin, or USDC, and then move those over to Coinbase and pull them out if they got an account on Coinbase, put them into their bank. So you can take digital coins, sell them out there in exchange, and bring them out and then use them to buy your butter, eggs, milk, and cheese. So that's happening all the time. Those are transactions that are being calculated and put together on the network. Also, people that own mines, those computer nodes, are wanting to buy coins. They may have gone in and they look at how many coins their little computer node is producing on a daily basis, and they want more coins because the value of those coins are going up. So they'll go out to those exchanges like Dextrade and Bitmart, and they will buy coins and bring those digital coins back into their wallet that's on the network, their digital wallet. So all that's happening. There's lots of works happening amongst those 1 million mines, or 1 million mines, yes, computer nodes on the network. So for every transaction that happens on that network, there's 6 other computers that validate that transaction. That's why this is such a powerful, transparent network or concept that's full of integrity, because nothing can happen but then 6 other computer nodes validate that transaction. So every transaction is validated by 6 others, and every 3 minutes all those transactions and all the validation of those transactions are put together in a digital ledger, squeezed together in a digital ledger, and that's called a blockchain. So then we start again. So every 3 minutes, there's a blockchain created on the TexitCoin network, and they're linked together, and that's all your accounting, transparent accounting for every transaction that's happened on that network. And so the coins are given out as rewards to those computer nodes. So if you own one of those computer nodes, you are producing coins. There's roughly about 95,000 coins produced on a daily basis across the entire network. Goes up a little, down a little, but on average, 95,000 coins. At the end of the day, all those little computer nodes say, let's share those coins. So whether your specific computer node solved a mathematical equation and got rewarded coins or not, it gets to share in all those coins that are produced. So 95,000 coins are divided out amongst all the mines that are owned. That's how you get your share of the coins. And right now, one computer node is getting a share of that 95,000 coins, and you get 0.5 or half a coin a day. And as more and more computer nodes are being purchased, that number of coins are going to go down, because that 95,000 coins are being shared out over an increasing number of mines that are being purchased. So that's basically how it works. And the value of the coins are determined by what people are willing to buy them for. So as you're out on Dextrade or Bitmart, you will see the value of those coins going up. Let me see if I can share my screen with you right here, and you'll be able to see some of that in operation here. So this is minetxe.com. And whether you're a miner or not, whether you own one of those computer nodes or not, you can go to mine, minetxc.com at any time. Anybody can go here. This is the overview or the dashboard of what's happening with TexitCoin in real time. Nothing's hidden here. It's all available for you to see. You can see here the amount of money that's coming in. So totally, over the last 17 months, $104 million have come in as revenue, and this is where it's all being spent, where it's going out to. You see how many miners. So we got 41,108 people owning mines, and you see where they're from. We got people here from Australia and New Zealand and other places around the world, Canada. So if you're a miner, you'll be one of those 41,108 miners. And so on here, you've got the good, the bad, and the ugly. Nothing's hidden from you. It's all out there. There's an ugly right here. Look at that ugly. One of our computer nodes, or several of them, went down. And so we're building redundant backups for our network. And so right now we've got 3 backup centers. So in Victoria, Texas, Mansfield, Texas, going into Houston also. Our main one is on the farm up in McKinney. And so a big shipping container will come in, and they'll have 200 computers in there, all networked together, all in emergent cooling. So they're dipped down in oil so that they run quiet and that they run efficiently. They don't get too hot. And that keeps them all cool and quiet as they run together. So that's part of the network that backs up the main operation in McKinney. So ultimately, we'll have 35 of these redundant centers over Texas. So we won't get a dip like that. But you're in the early stages, and so you're going to see some ugly things happening, but that's fine. You can see here the number of coins went down that day. So instead of producing 95,000 coins that day, there was 40,000 coins that was produced, and so that had to be spread out amongst the miners, the people that own those computer nodes, so they got less coins that day. So this is becoming more and more efficient. And so you may want to say, man, I don't want to be involved in a company that's that young, that vulnerable. Well, that's fine to say that, but I tell you what, you want to look at the projection of where that company's going. You want to look at its philosophy. You want to look at its vision. You want to know who its leaderships are and who's on the team of upper leadership, to know their character, what their vision is, before you hook your little wagon to them. And so, I wish I was around when I could go to the little garage where Microsoft started, and to see their pathetic beginnings and have a vision for what they see, where they want it to go, and hook my little wagon to that. I'd be a billionaire now. So it's being able to pick the right horses and know that you're on a winning horse. And that's why the leadership is important. The vision is important. The philosophy is important. So if you're brand new to understanding and hearing about TexitCoin, you'll meet Bobby Gray, our founder. Every Tuesday night, he has a webinar, so you'll be able to join that webinar and hear from him what's happening that week, where we're going, what the new challenges are, etc. Nothing's hidden from you, so you'll be able to be part of that. So let me jump over to the other screen I was going to talk about. Well, there's Coin Market Cap. So we're at $5.30 right now, and see how we're climbing up here. So 4 days ago, we're at $3.86. That was on October the 18th. We're on October the 23rd now. That's 5 days later. We're gone from $3.85 up to $5.29 a coin. And so we are just beginning to come out and explode. And so you want to be part of this as early as you can. For example, if you joined a week ago, all right, and you bought one mine, and that mine was producing half a coin a day, then 7 days ago, half a coin, what's that? 3.5 coins. And so you would have gone from 3.5 coins that you made 7 days ago, and now those are worth $5.30 each, times 5. So you got $25 that you would have made over that period of time. So that's just a very short number or few number of coins. So you can see down here where Texacoin is being traded. So on MEXC, Bitmart, Dextrade, Biconomy, Uniswap. So you can see how they're doing on those various exchanges there. And that's all available. That's all transparent information for you. So let me get my trusted whiteboard here, and I'm going to give you some information on the TexitCoin. So let me see if I can share my screen. I want to just write on here some things for you. All right, I hope you can see that. That's our whiteboard here. So if you are able to buy one mine, the mines are $995, and you want to buy a mine. Why is that? Because it's producing the coins. Now, when I shared this with my son in Australia, when I had no clue even how to spell crypto, and I said to him, what's the difference between owning the mine and the coins? He said to me, well, let me explain it to yourself this way. You can either go and buy apples and hang on to them and go out and resell those apples in the marketplace 6 months, 12 months later, and hope you get a little bit extra for those apples based upon what you bought them for. You may have bought them for 15 cents each, and you're waiting for the market price to go up to 25 cents each so you can go and sell your apples. Or you can own the apple tree, because once you sell your apples at 25 cents, you got to go and buy more apples at 25 cents and hold on to them for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, and hope the price of those apples go up. But if you own the tree, then you own the apples being produced by that tree. And even if you sold all your apples, when you come home, you got more apples there available to you, and they're worth whatever their current value is, not what they were worth when you produced them, but when you go to sell them is what they're worth. And I said, well, I can understand that. I still can't spell crypto, but I can understand your apples and your apple tree. I said, so you're saying it's best to buy the apple? He said, yes, Dad, go and buy the apple. If what you're telling me about Texacoin, you can actually buy the mines, not just the coins, but you buy the mines that are producing the coins. That's what you need to do. I said, all right, I'll do it. That was 10 months ago. So your mine can be purchased for $995. All right, that gets you one mine. And that mine is functioning, and this is the term you get to use, 100 mega hash. Mega hash, it just means the production speed or the power of your mine to produce those coins. So you would have one mine on that network. You would own one of those mines, and you would get a share in the coins because you're actually functioning and producing all the transactions that are happening on the network. So right now, you would be producing 0.5 or half a coin a day on that would come to you once those 95,000 coins are shared out. So we've got 163,000. I just looked a minute ago. 163,000 mines or computer nodes that have been sold on the network. There are 1 million that need to be sold, and we are crowdsourcing. That's why I'm coming to you as part of that crowd to invite you on. You can only become a Texit miner if someone invites you on. That's why you're here. Somebody invited you. You just didn't stumble across us somewhere else. So we're about 16.3% sold on those 1 million mines. And you think, well, that is quite a ways to go before you sell all 1 million mines. No, if the mines are going at 1,000 mines a day, then they're going to go very, very rapidly. There is 41,108 miners That's how many people are owning mines. Now they're going to own multiple mines. As you can see, there's 163,400 mines that have been purchased by 41,000 miners. Then they're buying multiple mines. They're not just happy with one mine producing half a coin a day. They want to be producing 4, 5, 6, 10, 25 coins a day, and that's available for you to do that. So I would say if we divided those figures, you're going to be about 4 mines each on average. So those that are buying one mine, there's lots of more people buying 9 mines for the sake of coin production. And so one of those, when that 1 million mines here, when all those 1 million mines are sold, that's going to be divided, that 95,000 coins a day will be divided over that 1 million mines. And so you're going to be at that point in time, well, basically 1/10 of a coin a day. So if you own one mine, then when all those mines are sold, you're going to be here at 1/10 of a coin per mine. So that's why I encourage my family and friends, yeah, start with one mine if you can, but try to get more mines while those mines are still available. Because I'm guessing, and it's just an educated guess, I would give 6 to 8 months and all those mines are sold. And at that point in time, all you'll be able to do is buy coins. You have to go on the market, Bitmart, Dextrade, and others, and buy coins, hang on to them, do day trading, or just wait for 6 months, 12 months for the price of that coin to go up. And then you can take advantage of it and sell them. But you won't be owning a mine that's producing the coin if you get in after that 1 million mines are sold. So we want you to get in now and build up the number of coins. Well, don't wait till March or April of next year to see if what I'm telling you is true, because you'll be producing 1/10 of a coin if you buy one mine. So get in now and start producing those coins. So when you're ready to cash out, you've got 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 coins that you can sell, or half of them, and get on out. And if you get on out, if you sold all your coins, it's not over. You come back tomorrow and look at your little apple tree, you got some apples budding again. So it's a good thing to do. So we got in, let me go to a new screen. Do you want to save? No, I do not. Okay. So when Lisa and I got involved in this opportunity back in December, the coin value was 8 cents a coin. 8 cents a coin. And today, what are we looking at? We're looking at the coin being worth $5.30. We just looked at it. So we had astronomical growth in the value of the coins. When the coin started off and was first traded May of 24, it was traded for 2 cents a coin. 2 cents a coin out on Dextrade. So we've now gone past May, June, July, August, September. So we are October. We're 17 months in, and we've gone from 2 cents a coin up to $5.30 a coin. So what does that mean? If you were producing coins back here, back in May, if you got on board in May, you'd be producing those coins. Now, they're not locked in at 2 cents. Those coins that you were producing valued at 2 cents, those same coins now are valued at $5.30. So you see how rapidly they can grow and develop. You say, well, I really don't want a mine that's just producing half a coin a day. Do you know what Bitmart is selling for right now, a coin? $110,000 for a Bitmart coin. 110,000. And that's a growth from 2009 to 2025. So 14 years, they're gone from 2 cents a coin to $110,000 a coin. So if I'm producing half a Bitcoin a day, then I'd be happy with 55,000, maybe $500 a day. You think you can handle half a coin a day if it was Bitcoin? So welcome to the rocket ship. We're about ready to take off. The engines are on. We're just waiting for that last mine to sell, and then we'll be hitting the switch and we'll be taking off. And we're on a ride, as I said, just in my 10 months with Texacoin, gone from 8 cents a coin up to $5.30 a coin. And where are we going with that? Because of the projection that we can now look at with 18 months behind us, and also looking at the big brothers that went ahead of us, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and where we are on that trajectory based upon where they are, we can look and say we are probably going to be at $16 plus in February of next year. And that is 6 months away, I think. November, December, January. No, it's 4 months away. 4 months away, guys. We're going to be at $16 or more per coin. So my encouragement to you guys is, if you're not a miner, get on in. We've got enough track record now behind us, knowing that we came in at this price, and now 9-10 months later, we're at this price, and this is where we're going. And you want to be producing as many coins as you can, so that at $16 a coin, you can sell some. My wife and I's projection, in probably March or April of next year, we'll probably sell half of our coins, and we'll be having $350,000 to pay off the rest of our mortgage. How good is that? You know, there's no way I can project that without TexitCoin, because that's where the value is coming back to us. So let me share with you now how you can increase your mines. I said you can buy up to 9 mines. So for $9.95, I just lost my whiteboard. There we go. For $9.95, you can get 1 mine. And that's producing or functioning at 100 mega hash. And that's what's producing your 0.5 or half a coin a day. So the company allows you to do this. Because we are crowdsourced, we're not going to the multi-billion international companies for venture capital for this. We're going to mums and pops like you and me that don't know how to spell crypto, and this is our opportunity getting on board. And it's community driven, so we help one another. You'll be on Telegram, you'll be able to ask your questions there. We have meetings all over the place. We produce videos, and so you'll be up and running and being helped by the community. So the company now allows you to do this. You can buy 5 mines. And if you buy 5 mines, that's 5 times $9.95, so it's less than $5,000. They will give you 1 mine free. So you're really functioning like you got 6 mines. So at 6 mines, you would be having 6 times that. That's 3 coins a day, because you'd be functioning with 600 mega hash. Because you got 6 mines. You bought 5, you basically saved $1,000 and got that free mine. So you're getting 3 coins a day. That's great, because when those coins are worth $100, even up to $800 a coin, which you can look at another 12 months beyond February, and we'll be close to $1,000 a coin, based upon our trajectory and based upon what the big brothers have done before us and where we are following them. Now, you can also buy 9 mines, and the company will give you 2 free. This is your best bang for the buck, because now you just saved $2,000, and really you're functioning like you got 11 mines. So your mines are running at 100 mega hash, and so you're producing 5.5 coins a day. That will be super impressive when you got coins at $100 value. You're making $500 a day, and you can take this out anytime. There's no stipulations. You don't have to buy or sell. It's you own the mines, and you own the coins that's being produced. No one else gets a share of your coins. No one gets a percentage of your mines. This is not multi-level marketing in the sense that you are making a commission off the coins that everybody else has got below you. You own the mine exclusively, or the mines, and you own all those coins. And you can take them out on day 1 if you want to. So your return on investment, you know, I can't guarantee that, but at $5 or $5.50 a coin and you're producing half a coin a day, you can sort of work out how long it'd be to get that $1,000 back that you invested. Well, I figured like 6 to 8 months, somewhere in there, but I was wrong. We got our investment back in 3 months and 2 weeks because the value of the coin kept going up. So when I had figured it, I figured it on a set price, but the set price is not set. The value of the coin goes up. So we got our investment back in 3 months. And from that point on, we're playing with house money and making lots of money. So I would suggest that you can come in at what value you can. There's no stipulations, there's no pressure. If you can just afford the one mine, come in and get that. What the company says is, look, get your toe in the water, get one mine. We'll give you 30 days to buy these additional mines if you want them, and we'll still give you the one or the one up here and the two free. If you can do it within 30 days. If you don't take 30 days, if you take longer, you can still buy those extra mines, but you don't get the free ones. So come on in at what level you can, mark that date on the calendar, and try to get those additional mines. Knowing what I know now, man, I would go and beg, borrow, and steal that money because I know I'd get it back very rapidly to take care of that. And then from that point on, I'll be multiplying the number of coins that I'm getting on a daily basis. So keep that in mind. You got 30 days to get those additional ones to get the freebies that come with it. Now, that's the compensation plan right now. I cannot guarantee that that's going to be in place forever, because as we get closer to the 1 million mines being sold, they'll probably back down some of these freebies and not give them away. So that's good. Now, let me show you how you can actually get additional mines if you don't have the money to pay for them. And the company allows you to do this as well. So this is what I did. I bought one mine, and now I got 31 mines. Now, yeah, you said, well, you told me you could only buy 9. Well, I didn't buy them. I got them as rewards, and I'll show you how you can get them as rewards. So if you want to, come in and buy 5 mines, get 1 free, or 9 mines and get 2 free, that's not it. That's just the beginning point. Now you can earn mines by sharing this opportunity with others. As I said, it's not multi-level marketing, but if you want to share this with family and friends, then you give the opportunity to do that, and the company will reward you with mines for doing that. Here's how that works. So you pull up a color here, nice blue. So again, one mine, $995, all right? And it's functioning at 100 mega hash. And right now it's 0.5. Remember I said it's going to go down to 1/10. When all the mines are sold, if you only have one mine, you're going to make 1/10 of a coin. So I want you to get in now, and here's a way to get more mines up until that point when they're all gone, all right? So you can buy multiple up to 9, but here's how you can get rewards. So if you share this with your sister, your brother-in-law, your mother, and they come on in, they get a mine or 2 or 3 or 9, then the company's going to give you another 100 mega hash for your account. It's a free mine because you brought 3 people in. You are helping them crowdsource this. It's crowdfunded. So the billions of dollars that they would have spent at Disney World and everywhere else, they're paying you for helping other people get in. So now you're getting, what's that? You're at 1 coin a day, all right? If you can get those 3 people in within 30 days, and it's easy to do, I'll help you. I'll give you some videos. They can come to the meeting like this, and if they can do it within 30 days, the company's going to give you another 100 mega hash for your mine. So you basically got 3 mines. You bought one, but you got 3 mines. Now you're producing 1.5 coins a day. All right, so that's the way to do it. Don't say, well, I've only got this or only got that. Come and join us, and there's no end to this. You can keep on doing that. You get your friend at work, friend at church, co-worker, another cousin, your other brother or sister. For every 3 people that you get in that buy mines and they get themselves set up, the company's going to give you another 100 mega hash for your mine. And so what are you at now? 2 coins a day. And you bought 1. So you can see your return on investment can be very, very rapid if you help share this opportunity with other people. Again, if you do it within 30 days, you get another 100 mega hash. And there's no end to this. As long as we've got mines to go, you can get them out to your friends and family. I've got probably 90% of my friends and family, because I don't want someone to find out come February, March, or April of next year when all the mines are gone that I didn't share this with them. And now all they can do is buy coins and they don't own the mine. So right here, I got 500 mega hash operating in my account, and I bought one mine. So now I'm at 2.5 coins a day with that. And as I said, there's never any end to that. So your 30-day clock keeps ticking. If you did not get these people in back here within 30 days, you still get your 100 mega hash. You just didn't do it within 30 days. But the coin or the clock starts off after that third person comes in. I got 30 days to get the next 3 in to get that next 100 mega hash doubled. So again, it's very, very fair. It's a very lucrative, actually very generous compensation plan that they give to you. So that's how you can increase your mines without having to buy them. So what would I suggest? I would suggest you get as many mines as you can, all right? And then build up others by sharing. Let me watch my clock here. I don't want to use up all your India. Let me keep an eye on that. So buy as many as you can. You got 30 days to buy the number that you want in order to get those free ones. 5, you get 1 free. 9, you get 2 free. That's a great savings, $1,000 a mine that you get. And then start sharing with other people as well. And you'll be able to increase on the top of that. So again, before I bought my additional mines up to 9, I only had 1 mine, but I was sharing with my friends and family, relatives, etc. And so I'm up to 31 mines, and paid for 8 more since I got in, so I could have those 9 mines. Now, let me show you how you can actually make commission along the way. The company allows you to do this as well, which is extremely powerful. So, because some people will not want to do this. Some people say, no, I want to just get my account, get my mines, and forget about it, and I'll check it out in another 12 months, and we'll see where we're at with that. Well, the company is going to send you a coin like this. It's a hard copy or a token of your coin. It's basically a token of your account. Whether you buy 5 mines or 9 mines, you just get 1 coin for your account. That's got the code on the back that enables you to actually log into the apps and see your coin production on a daily basis. And so you can get this coin, throw it in the back closet and forget about it and not share it with a soul. There's no compulsory nature to this company that makes you have to share it with anybody. But most people like to share it with others, particularly 3 people, and you get basically a new mine or additional mine added to your account. And if you can do 30 days, you get 2 mines added. So, who doesn't want that? So just pick 3 people, just start with that. We get 5 people, 3 of those 5 will come in. I'm telling you now. So let me show you how you can make some commission along the way if you want to do this. Again, not compulsory. But here's your 3 people that you brought in before: your sister, brother-in-law, your mother. So not only did you get 100 mega hash for your mine, or 200 if you did it within 30 days, but the company's going to calculate how many mines each of these people purchase. So your sister may have purchased 1 mine, your brother-in-law 3 mines, your mother's 6 mines. So there's $10,000 basically you brought in for the company. So the company's going to track that for you. They're going to put over here in your little potential account $10,000. You have the ability to tap into that if you want some of that money. They call this commission potential. Your commission can be pulled out of that if you want it. So here's what they do. They put you into the company, and here you are sitting here. And they give you the opportunity of creating your own little organization. It's a binary organization, so you have a left side and a right side. So here's your sister over here. She came on into your organization. She bought 1 mine. Your brother-in-law, he bought the 3 mines, all right? So they can either go left or right, because that's all you got. And we are going to put your mother over here. She bought 6 mines. All right, so here's what the company does. The company says if you can match points on your left side and your right side, we'll give you the opportunity of tapping into that commission potential. So if you can match 3 points on your left to 3 points on your right, we're going to give you $1,000. If you can match 6 points on your left, 6 points on your right, we will give you $2,000, helping us grow the network. So the billions you saved on advertising, I'll take a portion of that. Thank you very much. So if you can match 9 points on your left, 9 points on your right, then you qualify for $3,000 if you've got this cash potential up here. And I do, because I brought 3 people in, they bought mines, and my cash potential is based upon $1,000 for each mine that's purchased by the people that I introduce into this opportunity. So here's 3 to 3. I just matched that. Here's 3 points over here. I'll take 3 out of that 6. There's 3 left over. So that week, I just qualified for $1,000. Isn't that cool? And this is assessed on a weekly basis. So Saturday night at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time in the USA, all the gates are closed. They look at all the apple trees and all the apples that are produced and see who owns them, and they get a commission if they help other people come on in. So that my cash potential just went down $1,000 because I took out $1,000 out of that. All right, I'm down to $9,000. But as I said, this is assessed every single week. So the people that I'm bringing in, so I bring another 3 people in. Let me get a thinner pencil than that. All right. They did the same thing. One of them bought 1 mine, one bought 3, one bought 6 mines. And so those are added on. Now, what's left over? I used 3 to 3 points here, but I got 4 points left over that I didn't use up, and 0 points over here. And so I got 4 and 0. So I'm going to add these new people on that are coming in. I'm going to put 1 person over here. They got 1 point. The other person got 3 points from 3 mines. My other friend over here got 6 mines. So now I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on one side and 6 on the other that next week. Well, I qualify now for the 6 to 6. So I got 6 out of that, and I'm going to take 6 out of that. So I've got 1 point left of that 4. So I'm going to start my next week with 2 over here and 0 over here. So, but I've got $2,000 commission. All right. So what happens up here? My 9 went down to 7. But fear not, I brought in another $10,000 because of those points that were generated by those people. So actually, I'm up to 17,000. My cash potential is huge. I can't eat it up quick enough because of the points of these mines that people are adding. The company's giving me the commission potential of $1,000 per mine for the people that I bring into this opportunity. So you say to yourself, well, how on earth can you get 9 points per week to make that $3,000? Well, it's actually pretty simple. And if you just stick with it and share with a few people, I'm telling you, probably in 2 months, 6 weeks, you can be making $3,000 a week. Here's how you do it. Well, these people that I'm bringing in, there's my sister I brought in here. What's she doing? She's sharing with a friend at work, a co-worker. They're buying 3 mines. She's sharing with a friend at church over here. They bought 1 mine. Well, she's not going to get $1,000 until she can match 3 to 3. So maybe someone else bought 2 mines. All right, now she's got 3 to 3, and she's going to get $1,000 from the company. All right, because of her little organization. But look at that. There's 3 over here, 3 over there. That's 3 and 3 is 6. I just got 6 points added to my organization because she's within my organization. So everybody that comes in, they've got the potential of sharing that with other people, sharing that with other people. So you may have 9 and 6. This person got $2,000 in commission, but I got 15 points to my little organization because of what they purchased. So it's easy. Really, really easy if you just start sharing with a few people that you can be at 9 to 9 points per week, not just because of what you're generating from the people you're bringing in, but the people they're bringing in, those adding points to your organization. So max 9 to 9 is the max. So even if I've got, say, 26 points over here and 15 points over here at the end of the week, they will max to 9. So the additional 7 points just roll off because I can't get more than 9 to 9 on my commission plan. So I'll get 9 out of that, and those extra 6 will roll off, and then I can cash out at $3,000 that week, and then I'm reset to 0. So every Sunday morning, I look at my little tree, and I've got well over 9 points on either side now, and I've been in just a few months relatively. This happened about, well, maybe 4 months ago, I started hitting the 3,000. So, you can be in 3 or 4 months and start doing that real well. So your commission is paid out in USDC. That's a crypto. Remember I said the USDC is 1 to 1 to the dollar. So if you get 3,000 USDC, that's $3,000. Or they'll pay it to you in Texacoin. If you don't need the money and you say, I'd rather have the coins at $5 a coin, well, that $3,000 at $5 a coin, you get 600 coins added into your account. That's powerful because here in another 3 or 4 months, they'll be worth $16, $20 a coin, and you got them at 5. So you can get TXC if you don't need the cash, or you can get hash power. What does that mean? Well, for that $1,000, you can get 100 mega hash. That's a 1 mine added to your account. For the 2,000, you can get 200 mega hash or 3,300 mega hash. And right now, until they change, until the 50th or the 50,000 miner comes on board, they're doubling that. So if you want to increase your mines while they're still available, then you want to go with hash, and they'll give you 200 mega hash for that $1,000, or 400 mega hash, that's 4 mines, for that $2,000, as long as you got cash potential up here, because that's where you're pulling it from. If you have no cash potential because you're not sharing it with anybody, then there's no commissions to be made. And that's fine if you don't want it. You can sit on your coin and throw that in the back closet and not share this with anybody. But this is the opportunity if you want to take advantage of that and be able to share that opportunity with other people. So there's your opportunity, and I'm going to get out of that one and put that over here. So that's the sort of the long, short, fat, and skinny of the compensation plan. As I said, it's a very, very generous compensation plan. I thought after 4 or 5 months, I'd know it sufficiently enough to be able to find out where they got me and where the hook was. I can't find it yet. So when my wife and I are making $3,000 a week because we shared this opportunity with other people, then it really is a life changer. When after 2 months of being in, we paid off our $7,000 credit card. That was gone. No more consumer debt. I had $9,000 left on my external kitchen out the backyard here, where we have our smoker and our barbecue grill, et cetera, that we did that for, and paid $9,000 that I had left on that. And so we're out of all that consumer debt. Our next debt is our mortgage. So probably here in another 4 or 5 months, I'll be able to sell half my coins and pay my mortgage off. So that's the power of this. Very, very powerful. And it is not only a long-term thing, but it's generational wealth, because the algorithms that are fed into this network, once all those mines are purchased, they will still be producing coins for 136 years. 137 years was fed into the network by the algorithms for the longevity of those mines to be producing coins. So we got 1 year gone, so we got 136 years left. So this is generational wealth for your kindred if you want to pass it on. Whoever's got this coin has the access code to get those coins out, to sell them, and be able to make some great family wealth. So that's the opportunity that we have before you. I want to encourage you to get with the person that invited you on, get your questions answered. But what I want to leave you with is get in sooner than later. As I said, you wait a week, well, that's 7 days times coin productions that you didn't get. All right. And that gets us that further away from your target of being able to cash out with X number of coins to get the money that you want for whatever your dream and vision is. So you want to know what you're calculating for your dream and vision to be fulfilled, It all costs money. How many coins do you need at $100 a coin to cash out and get that vision and dream taken care of? That's what you want to look at, and it's very real and very, very possible for rank and file people like you and me. So get together with the person that invited you to here, follow up with that. If you don't have anybody that invited you here, get hold of me. I'll answer all your questions. You can get hold of me at TexitCoin, T-E-X-I-T, TexitCoin at gmail.com, TexitCoin at gmail.com, and I'll answer your questions if you had nobody to tap into to ask those questions of. So thanks very much for joining us. We're here every Thursday night with basically an overview of the TexitCoin, where it is and what's happening currently with it. Once you become a miner and you're part of us, you'll be able to join us on Tuesday night to interact with Bobby Gray, as he gives you up-to-date information of where the mine is, the network is, where the exchanges are, and the value of the coins and what's happening. So again, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it, and we will catch up with you again. Reach out. We want to help you. Thanks very much. Take care.